Okay, so now that we've talked about advertising on Facebook, now we're going to talk about advertising on Instagram. A couple, again, things about advertising on Instagram is it's a great way. As you can see right here, 55% of all 18 to 29-year-olds in the U.S. are using Instagram. It's the #1 millennial platform when it comes to social media. So if that's part of your demographic, would be a great way to not only get on there, but also then obviously to advertise. So there's different types of ads that you can run. So we're looking at reach ads, ad recall, awareness. When it comes to Instagram, and I'll show you these types, it's essentially just getting it out there just like Facebook, and then being able to have different ways that people can interact with the ad. So we can kind of see the different types right here, which is going to be kind of your photo ads, which you can see an example of right there. Video ads, which obviously are going to be video. Carousel ads are almost going to be like a slideshow. And then we're going to have the call to action button now. So when someone views this post, they can obviously also interact with it. They can do the normal, the heart or the love symbol, and and they can comment and do those types of things. But now we actually get an actual call to action button from Instagram. So how do we actually advertise on Instagram? So the first thing you need to make sure of, if you're not seeing some of these things, is you need to make sure that you switch your Instagram to a business profile. Now you do this in the settings, and you can do this while you're in the app on your phone, and you would essentially just go into the settings and you would, pretty much click the button that says switch to business profile, and it's going to take you about 30 seconds and you're going to be set to go. It has to be a business profile, just like on Facebook. You can't advertise on a personal page. Same thing here. Now, when we actually start promoting, which is mainly kind of what Instagram calls a lot of their ads, it's going to be kind of a process of selecting your call to action, then setting your audience, setting your budget, and setting your duration. Now, all of this should sound very familiar, and you're actually going to see that it's going to look very familiar because Facebook owns Instagram. So a lot of the same practices, and even a lot of, just some of the stuff may sound similar as well as look similar. And so there's two different ways to actually do this with Instagram. You can either, do it from the app, which we're going to go over here in just a second. Otherwise, you actually can use the Facebook Ads Manager. Where this gets a little tricky is that, Instagram is such an app-based program that the one way that I'm going to show you, I'm going to be using screenshots because I don't have we don't have a way to obviously record the, the video with the, again, presentation we're doing like this with this style. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through screenshots, but again, it's because you have to do a lot of what you want in Instagram via the app. You can do very minimal things on a desktop, but with the Facebook Ad Manager, it allows you then to create those ads and actually manage those ads from a desktop. So you can kind of decide which one you want to do. It's more organic to do it with the app. It's much, again, broader to do it on the, Facebook Ad Manager, and a little bit more, again, an ad dashboard than sometimes people are used to as well. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to want to obviously log in to the app. Again, just stressing that this is all done within the app. This is the first way we're going to show you. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go over to just, our profile. We're going to, you have to pick a post when you do it this way that's already been public. So essentially a public post that's already going to get organic results, and then we're going to go ahead and pick which one we want to do. So I've selected this one right here that we did a presentation at J.J. Hill Center some time ago. And so this was, hey, I decide that I want to promote this page. So what we're going to do is we honestly simply click on it. So we would just click it on the app, we would get into it, and then we're going to click the big blue button that says promote. Very simple, super easy. When we get in there, there are essentially two different ways that you can advertise within the app, or the objective really. So do we want website or profile visits, or do we want local awareness? So one's going to be just obviously geared towards getting people obviously to the website or to view your profile so they can hopefully follow you. Local awareness is obviously just kind of pushing it out there, just really blasting it out there. So for this, we're just going to click the website visitors. So when you do that, you'll actually get to this screen, very simple and easy to read. It's going to have your different things that you can do within the ad. So the first one was the objective that we already picked, but maybe you change your mind and you want to, again, go into it a little bit more. We also, remember we talked about that, we decided that we wanted the website or profile visits. Well, now we need to tell Instagram with right here is, do we actually want them to visit a website, which then we're gonna have to tell the website URL, or do we want to have them, look at our Instagram business profile and hopefully get more followers? So that's really kind of what we're talking about. Once we've already decided on the objective in the previous screen, now we have to drill it down even more. Once we have that down, we also are going to look at the action button. So this is the little blue button that is actually going to stay right underneath our post. And essentially, what is it going to say? Now we have to pick from the predetermined 6 options that they allow us. You can't, decide on your own, or you can't have your own verbiage there. So the only 6 ones that we can choose are going to be listed right here. And that's going to be learn more, watch more, shop now, book now, sign up, or contact us. So you should be able to pick, you should be able to find one that actually fits those. Sometimes, again, it's not perfect, but it is, again, what we have to kind of choose from. So once we've got that action button down, we're actually going to go into audience, which all of you guys should be familiar with, since we just, again, did a lot of audience stuff on Facebook here. And this one's a little bit different though. So this one, it's automatically defaulted to be automatic. And you can kind of see the little, notice that they give there. And so if we hit automatic, it says, we recommend this option to reach more people, similar to your followers and others who might be interested in your content. So what they do is, if we click the automatic, we're essentially letting Instagram blast it out to who they think within their algorithm that would actually have the most interest in seeing that post, as well as your profile. It uses, again, there's a bunch of different factors, but you can even see, it says it right there. It uses, your followers makeup already. It obviously knows a little bit about your business, knows a little bit of what you've been posting, what you've told Instagram, and takes all that information and then does it. Now, if you don't want that, we can actually create our own, which we've done in Facebook prior. And now you can kind of see, again, the next screen, or the next screenshot here, is going to be kind of what we're accustomed to on Facebook. We're going to name it. We're going to go over locations. We're going to go after interests. We're going to do age and gender. So we can kind of, name them right here. You can see some predetermined one, MN, SMH, MN, those were some predetermined ones that we have personally used when we've done advertising within Instagram. So it's obviously going to save it there. So for future, you can just do those. So when we get to the audience, again, we can do automatic, we can pick one of the previous saved ones, or we can actually create our own audience. Next, what we're going to do then is budget and duration. Again, something that should be very similar and you should be familiar with within Facebook. We're simply going to, pick the total budget. And again, remember, this is the total budget, not the daily one. And you're going to run it for how many, again, the duration of the days. Now you'll see that it actually does the math over here for you, so you'll know how much you're spending per day. If you weren't able to figure that out just doing simple math, it's kind of nice that it tells you right there. So once we have our total budget and once we have our duration, we're going to go ahead and we're actually going to submit it. Now it does go through a pending and an approval process, which you can take anywhere from a couple hours to we've seen it take a day before. They're usually pretty quick with it. If you think about it, they obviously want to get you your ad promoting so that they can collect their money. So it's going to be pretty simple, but they're going to send you a little notice to see if this was an ad that was approved or if it was disapproved, and then you can kind of go forth that way. Now, once you get it, again, and it's run its course, what you're seeing here is a previous promotion that we did. And what's kind of nice is you can actually see the ad results. So how you'd see those is you'd go right back into, you'd go to your profile, you'd click on the post like you would as an average user, anything, going into there. And you're going to see 2 little things here, either promote again, which you can go through the whole process again if we wanted to, do this, or view insights. Now, when we click view insights, again, this is going to show us the insights, stats, analytics, metrics, whatever you kind of want to call them, about the ad promotion. So we can see here that the promotion, it was viewed by 866 people, or essentially impressions. So multiple people could have viewed it multiple times. We had 3 engagements. We had a call. This particular one had a, again, call us now kind of action button. And then if we scroll down, we can actually get some gender, some age demographic kind of breakdown. And at the way bottom here, you can actually see how much you spent. Depending on your duration, depending on, how you're doing that, you may not actually spend your entire budget, but obviously most of the times you will. But this will tell you how much you spent. And so you can also equate some of that ROI that, for this, I got this. So that is essentially how you're going to, do the ads on an Instagram app. Now, what I'm going to show you real quick here is how to actually do it on a desktop. Okay, so you're going to go to Facebook and you're going to log in. You're going to click the little arrow under your personal account, and we're going to go to create ads. Now this is going to pull up your Facebook ad manager, and this is going to allow you to create Instagram ads via your desktop. Now the main ones you're going to see here is going to, again, be the same type of again, call to action or, again, objective that we were on before. So for this example, let's just go ahead and do traffic. Once we hit traffic, saying that we want more traffic to the site or our profile, we're going to go ahead and click next. It's being a little slow here, but as you see, a lot of this stuff should be familiar. I'm not going to spend much time going on this. What I want to show you, though, is once you get all of the audience down, we want to go to placement. Placements over here as well as right here. Now, automatic placements is going to pretty much send it to every platform that Facebook can. It's going to send it on Instagram. It's going to send it on their ad network or their audience network, as well as their messenger, all these different types that Facebook is going to then kind of force you there, because again, Facebook owns Instagram. But if we just want to create Instagram ads, all we do is hit edit placements, and we get this breakdown of where we can have all of our ads. So if we want, we would just unselect the Facebook audience network as well as messenger, and our ads are only going to show up then on Instagram. And we can either do feed ones or story ones. Now, feed is going to be in the, again, the app feed where everyone's kind of looking at it. Story is actually going to be a little bit more of an ad experience, isn't going to seem as authentic or close to an organic post, but is going to be actually in the story feature of Instagram. So we would, click that. We would do our, budget and schedule, and we would go ahead and we would then, again, create the ad very similar to the previous steps that we've already discussed and we've done before. But just wanted to show you again that on Ad Manager, the biggest spot that you want to pay attention to is going to be the ad or the edit placements option to be able to do that. And so that's going to conclude our Instagram. Hopefully you can get out there and you can try both advertising on Instagram, both on a phone as well as a desktop. We'll see you next week.